the temperature feel okay?
Yep.
Cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a voiceover RoboTaxi video. I'm glad the audience feedback's been favorable around these types of videos because it gives us a chance to really capture some of the rides that aren't your normal fun conversation with customers that are really into Tesla or self-driving or whatever. These two were just hopping in and trying to get to their destination downtown, which is something that came to mind for this course. I wanted to see if, or this route rather, would do a good job of getting all the way there without any interventions and being a successful trip. Version 11.3.6 has been really good. 11.3.4 was really good as well, and I've been happy to see that there's a lot more successes than failures happening when it comes to the RoboTaxi side of things. Some of that does have to do with whether or not a lot of these trips go into more difficult places like downtown or spending a lot of time around the airport and such. The system seems to perform pretty consistently, whether it's, day or night, overcast or sunny. So the reliability has been pretty nice and the smoothness has been quite great. I think the biggest thing that I've harped on that is still a concern, and hopefully a little bit better with 11.4, is the route staging. It still doesn't always get itself kind of put in the right spot ahead of time, and you wonder if you're going to be able to make the turn in time or get blocked by a person or something's going to happen to where I have to get involved to not waste my customers' time. Speaking of customers, you might have noticed that there's no internal cabin camera for this one, and that is both because for this case it was dead. The battery life is completely gone. It doesn't really last much longer than maybe 1 or 2 passengers. But also, even worse, if you've seen my latest customer reactions video, at a point midway through or kind of towards the end, the internal cabin camera footage froze. The audio still came through, and of course I use the audio from the Rode mic anyway, so I get rid of the other audio because it's really not good, but the video itself is stuck on one frame and then continues to play in the background. And that, unfortunately, is a more common thing now. Most of my internal cabin footage from that camera is having this freeze frame issue about halfway through. So that being said, I guess it's time to bite the bullet and go ahead and upgrade the Hero 7 to probably the 11 or the 12, whichever one's currently out. So I didn't really want to spend the money on it quite yet, but or just yet. But I mean, hey, gives me a legitimate reason to do so. So hopefully in the next couple of days we'll have the upgraded camera in the car, and everything will be looking good and sounding great. I may even look into a secondary mic option. That way my audio always comes through as clear as the customers do. So that way we're not fighting over who has the focus of the NTG mic, given that it is directional. But equipment and all aside, you can see now we are getting ever closer to downtown. And I know normally I'm kind of annoyed when the system stays in the far right lane, as it is here. But knowing that our Front Street exit's coming up, that's going to put us downtown. Or actually, no, on this course, or this route, sorry, we actually go around to the 10th Avenue entrance near the 163. So I guess, yeah, we could have been in one of the middle lanes to avoid taking up the on-ramp, off-ramp lane, but it's okay. I mean, when it comes to these RoboTaxi trips, I'm more concerned with accuracy and precision, making sure that each route is more consistent with not missing turns when it can avoid it. And a lot of my experience with this 10th Avenue entrance to downtown, there's been some kind of speed issues, more so coming from when you're on the 163 to 10th, not necessarily this exit where we kind of wrap around to 10th. But you can see I open up this display to make sure I can get a good visual of what's going on and where the path is tracking, and then looking at the map to make sure our route isn't going to be too crazy. It's funny because downtown's very much grid-like, but given the way people drive and the one-ways and the random pedestrians and delivery trucks that are always all over the place, it's a real unpredictable mess most of the time. But I was really happy to see that with a combination of some decent humans actually backing up and letting me get over, the system was doing a really good job of taking its chance to actually change lanes and go when it needed to go. Especially considering here, we have this right turn, and then we need to jump over to the left. This is where staging is very important, because we literally have like 1 block after this to get all the way over and take this left turn. And yeah, kind of went left lane in the middle of the intersection, but it got us over, which I'm going to take that over criticizing it for changing lanes mid-intersection, because humans do that all the time. So could be better, could stage a little bit faster, but still prevented a disengagement. And I started getting excited here because we're essentially done. You know, it's a straight line down and then a right turn, a left turn to drop the customers off. And this is the moment where I start to wonder, like, what really dumb, goofy thing is going to happen to ruin this trip when we are so close to the finish line. I haven't really had maybe but 1 or 2 trips that involve downtown that have been successes. So I was definitely eager to get all the way down, and I was worried that, you know, this little back and forth I'm having with this Model Y to our right was going to cause an issue with staging over properly and making sure that we could finish up this drive. But as you can see, we managed to get over, and we're coming up on the last couple of stops here. And overall, it's been been a really good drive, and I decided to go ahead and see if I could get some feedback from the customers. So we'll tune in to hear what they had to say as the ride comes toward a close. You don't mind me asking, what did you guys think of the ride?
I think it was fun.
Yeah?
It was good, yeah.
So a little surprise, it's been driving itself the whole time.
Yeah, I was watching the...
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't know it was on fun.
When did you know that? How soon did you recognize it?
I was just looking at your hands, kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I kind of noticed that you were like gracefully kind of touching it. Every
I like to do little things to try to give it away, to maybe make people go like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, from the moment we turned around and left, it's been all autonomous. I like to see if it can do the job. And even downtown, it did really well.
So is this all like included in a Tesla, or?
Well, they all have the capability, but you have to pay extra for the full self-driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's nothing extra than what Tesla offers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Well, awesome. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks
So
for the
just hold
ride.
the top button and push the door.
got it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God. Successful, complicated trip going all the way deep into downtown. And just to show you guys, we were in chill the entire time. It is my most preferred and most successful mode over the lifetime that I've tested FSD. I've been in what I call, some of you might be familiar with the term chill squared, which is something that describes the fact that I am in chill drive mode as well as chill FSD, so chill squared. And it's something that I've ran for a long time. I typically prefer it because it's always seemed to be the most reliable, the most consistently accurate, or I should say precise mode for robotaxis. So if any of you are like worried or think that like chill's probably like too slow or whatever, it's not. It moves, it gets it, it takes advantage and gets assertive when it needs to. Average is good too. Assertive is the only one I kind of avoid because it seems to be the only one that can get a little unpredictable sometimes, and that could end in a failed customer trip. So some people live by assertive. It's my least favorite, just over the lifetime of using it, of course. I know I've said there's not as much of a difference between the three as some people would think, but when it comes down to long view persistence with getting customer trips done successfully, I've noticed overall the time that we've used it that chill has been my personal favorite. But yeah, that was amazing. Let me go, no, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, my brain broke. Let me know what you guys think down below. FSD is getting really good being able to tackle these complicated areas, you know, and at night too. And that was such a good trip. Man, on to the next one.